Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we're getting back to Agatha All Along. This is season 1, episode 7. Death's Hand in Mine. It's not usually a good thing, but we'll see how this goes. Last episode was pretty wild. We only got a handful of episodes left, so I can't wait to see how they're going to maybe wrap things up for the season.
Alls I know is I'm just ready, willing, and able to see what Billy has planned.
Yeah, he got a little devious there, didn't he? to say the least. So we're in the home stretch as far as season 1 goes. So I'm also excited to see how they play out the rest of these final 3. Are we on?
Final 3. Give me more evil Agatha, because that's when Kathryn shines the best in my eyes. She's great overall, but I want some more evil Agatha. Let's go!
Oh, she in what is that? Get Out? They were falling like that.
Is this making you sleepy?
Stop that.
Oh, you gotta take her spoon. Ting, 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 ting.
I'll get a nosebleed trying that hard to read my mind. You just can ask me your questions aloud.
Where's Rio?
Not that question. The other
We're wondering too.
queries for your old babysitter? It's the whole reason you bought a ticket to ride, isn't it?
I'll get what I want at the end of the road. Is Wanda Maximoff really dead?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I
No.
don't think so at all.
No.
No, there we go.
Did you see a body?
Yes, I did.
Did anybody else?
Hey, you want straight answers? Ask a straight lady.
That's different.
Oh, okay. Ooh, slow on the uptake on that one.
Let's see,
Hogwarts?
Road is a fickle
Could be.
mistress.
They could have just went
More
to
vague
9
insight.
3/4.
Thank you. I honestly believed your experience would be the key to our success here.
We're alive. Success.
Now I wonder if you've ever been on the road at all.
Calling her
Ooh.
out. I'm with you, Diamond Dave. She needs to turn the switch right now. He's calling her out, basically saying she's smug and hasn't done anything. Turn that switch.
She's just getting information, Mason Quinn. Then she's gonna be full of fire.
Single.
Oh, look at
Classic.
Wicked.
Wicked! How great!
No
We
one
just watched it.
mourns the wicked.
And Maleficent? Maleficent?
I know it's on the list for us to watch.
Do you think this is important?
Your path winds out of time. It's tarot.
Let's tear it.
The old tarot cards.
I'll read for you, I guess.
Just that face. With the schnoz.
The chariot?
Yeah.
It's literally written on the card.
Obviously, you're leaving somewhere behind, and you have these sphinxes with you, and they represent your mysteriousness.
Oh, you have a real gift.
Okay, this card hasn't really come up much for me, so
Well, that's new.
That's a lot of swords.
Oh, hey, better watch out for those.
I'll try another one. I know this one. It's about deception and betrayal.
Check, check.
You're being truthful. Well, that can't be right.
Oh, shit.
This is an interesting game of Risk.
Tarot is a con like any other.
It's about intuition, knowing which card to pull.
Eeny, meeny, miny.
Oh,
That would have been fun.
We keep at it until we get the right cards in the right spots or the ceiling runs out of swords.
I'm not sure how much math you did back in Salem, but that will take forever.
Oh, we still have some time.
Oh, they got it. See? Piece of cake.
see, yeah, easy. Just like that.
Oh, they all gonna. Oh,
they're
that's
coming down.
not good. That's real not good. Maybe if you lay next to the table,
I was falling.
it won't crush the table.
Okay, they did make
Oh,
it.
all right.
You very clearly said we had to follow this gross tunnel and look for shelving. Shelving? Where's Agatha? Where's Rio? You told me that they kicked us off the road. The son of the Scarlet Witch kicked us off the road.
What? Teen is the son of the Scarlet Witch? How do you know? I told you.
Yeah. Fittingly, you and I had a very grounding heart-to-heart conversation. You said this might happen, but you're being extra wispy.
Which is it? Am I wispy or am I kooky?
Whoa.
Bit of
Are you
both,
pushing?
if I'm
Or are you
honest.
Alice. Alice, don't try to save Agatha.
Yes, I love this plan. I just think that maybe we should find the ingredients first, though, right?
Oh, these are all her little freakouts.
What do you see? Maestra, you are visiting. How long has it been?
Centuries. We're having a lesson.
Your first.
I was bad at tea leaves.
Fesserie. This is a fiction you told yourself and tell yourself still. What do you see, Lilia?
Oh, and we're back.
You're confused again. It's okay.
I'm not confused.
Don't worry. I haven't heard them since the subway station. I'm talking about the Salem 7.
I know that.
Oh, we need more of them.
You look at me and you see some doddering old broad.
Well, tell me what more I should see when I look at you.
Yeah, it's got a point.
Doddering?
You mentioned something about gaps?
The flow of time is an illusion, Jen. Most people don't realize that. When I was a child, I experienced my life out of sequence. I would get these flashes, these gaps. It's getting worse.
Why is it getting worse?
Maybe because I'm close to the end.
Of your life.
I'm not so sure I want it.
Oh.
Oh.
Agatha, what are you doing? Did you not see imminent impalement in your future?
Ow! Ow! I thought we were cool. We are not cool, teenager.
Damn, using his own name.
Oh,
I'm
Teenager.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have lashed out at you like that. I wasn't hiding my power from you. It was a surprise to me too. If I'd have known, I would have used it to save Alice.
You're reading my mind.
Only because it's so loud.
Oh.
Your bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
there we go.
Jen, aren't you furious?
I mean, always, but collectively, we've moved on.
At your prompting, Dory.
Back off, Agatha. She's having a day.
What are you wearing?
I don't want to talk about it.
What am I wearing? This is so demeaning.
Hey, focus up, Calderu. We can be culturally offended later.
Got a job to do here.
A reading for you. What went wrong?
You seem pretty on point. I'm glad you're here now.
Because now you need me.
Are you the one who cast the sigil on me?
I saw what was going to happen to you that night. I saw who you were and who you would become.
Oh, Jesus.
Didn't even put any cards down.
Maybe no cards is as bad as the wrong ones.
Make it stop! I won as I could!
Oh.
Stop!
Are you rooted in nature?
Not especially, no.
Are you nimble with your craft?
If I was, I wouldn't be here.
Have you a coven?
Complicated.
Which requires a coven.
It didn't work out for me the first time. It's sure not going well now.
So much fear, even now.
Please just tell me how to control what's happening.
Your task is not to control, but to see.
There you go.
I was hoping I would get to skip this part entirely.
Oh, well, you did miss out
Oh,
on
we're
the
back
champagne
here.
brunch back there.
Really?
No.
I know what the next trial is.
It's Tara.
Why did you say that?
Because you're the one who told me.
Jumping all over.
What do we have here?
Flask?
Flask.
It's like Teen's spell book. isn't
Yeah.
it?
His,
I was gonna say that's kind
all
of
of
what it
his
looked like.
all of his notes that he written down.
Why to stop?
Because I wanted it to. I ignored it. Because all I saw was death.
Oh my god.
Is that?
She'll be. We just have some time.
So what, are we,
Coming through the books.
what are we watching? Interstellar here? Or what?
Keep hitting on it. Why is that book falling off the shelf?
Boom.
You're alive.
We're cool.
We
are? Hey, things are looking up.
Safe. Where would it go to?
Oh, it's thought it'd be cool to have.
Well, you need to have a library or a study first.
Yeah.
That's true.
The Querent shuffles and cuts.
Lilia, we don't have time for this.
Shuffles and cuts.
How are we going to get out of here?
Teen must ask.
Ask her how we're getting out.
The question must be vital to his journey on Earth.
I'd say it's pretty vital.
Lilia, can you just steal or whatever?
He must ask a question.
What does it matter?
Proper tarot takes time and care.
And leads to large gaping wounds.
Am I William or am I Billy?
Proper question.
That's a very good question.
See? Lilia knows what she's doing.
Yeah, let Lilia cook.
This is the safe passage spread. The first card is you, the traveler. Next comes what's missing, the reason for your quest. Of course you will face obstacles, preceding a potential windfall. You must overcome all to reach your destination. Push everything else away. Focus on that question. You are the magician.
Lady Death.
You have enormous potential and the ability to turn all of your goals into reality. The sun, good fortune, joy, reunion.
Reunion.
How are we supposed to get it right when tarot is completely subjective? Oh, no. Get off me!
Hey,
Back here again.
We really hated each other from the beginning, but now I love you guys. What am I missing?
Esatto. What are you missing? Why are you on this journey?
To get my power back.
This is not the true reason.
I'm a forgotten woman.
Then remember yourself.
What's worth remembering? That you died? That I saw it coming? Our entire coven wiped out by a fever? I saw it? I told you, but it didn't change anything.
That comes for us all. It is what we all have in common.
It's a good line.
When will it come for me?
Who'd want to know that answer?
I will fall.
What will you do with your remaining time?
What happened?
The son of the Scarlet Witch telepathically kicked us off the road. We sank beneath the surface, and now we're here. Agatha is in the trial with Billy.
Who is Billy?
The son of the Scarlet Witch. Try to keep up. It's a divination trial. Tarot. We've got to find the bookshelf. I can see all the pieces falling into place. The gaps are filling in. I'm telling you now because in a few minutes I'm not going to remember any of this.
Okay.
I like how they give us that first. Now.
Yep, back to it.
The 7.
Oh.
All right, more of the Salem 7.
Oh, look at that.
Is it going to be that easy as just hiding? Quick, behind the basket.
No.
Well, they're covered in mud and stuff,
Yeah.
like, you know, how he's
like Predator.
Agatha and Billy need my help. I hope you'll join me.
Why?
Because you are my sister in
Why?
the craft.
Raft. I thought we were on the road together.
All right, we're in it now.
She's reading for the wrong person. I am the
Catherine
traveler.
in that green.
She's saying to all the folks at Wicked, see what you could have had. Could have had me.
Now you see.
Empathetic.
Yes, you're a mensch, Lilia, but let's say we place a car.
What's missing? Way of Pentacles. Collaboration. Community. Singular voices waiting to harmonize. The Knight of Wands.
We're running out of time, Lilia.
The path ahead. Immense spiritual power. Heartbreak. Sorrow. Grief. Tower reversed. Disaster. Destruction. Sudden upheaval, but reversed. It means miraculous transformation. Finally, the destination.
Oh,
It's a hell of a fall, eh?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, is it her?
is that real?
that's one of the Salem,
Don't you
isn't it?
recognize me,
Yeah,
Lilia?
that's
Nope.
real. Real.
That's real.
In the end, all roads lead to me.
Whoa.
Well,
look at that skull.
that's
Leo is.
death.
That's kind of a big reveal for the whole MCU.
I wonder
that
if
Rio's character is death. Am I taking this too literally?
Can be.
There's a
Death
little
is-
episode left. Let's just
Death
see how it goes.
was a Marvel character. In fact, Thanos and Deadpool fought over her affection.
All right.
This guy knows.
Rio, she's Death, the original Green Witch.
Is it true?
What can I say? I like the bad boys.
The 7. They're here.
Quick, everyone in the Iron
I love
Maiden.
how every time
Everyone
that goes,
in the Iron
it's
Maiden.
7.
Safe place to hide.
Excellent.
When she calls you a coward, hit the deck.
What?
Go.
How?
Magic.
Oh, are we losing Lil?
I'm not going before you.
You're the path ahead, Jennifer. I loved being a witch.
Oh, shit.
You may not know this about the road, but when you successfully complete a trial, it's not a good idea. Usually, something terrible happens.
Oh, here they are.
Sudden upheaval. Like the tower. Upright.
Whoa. Into the swords? Oh, see, that worked.
Oh, please hold on.
For how long?
I know she's not going to because we just had this whole talk about death here, but damn it.
They're going to give us the Die Hard.
This is what we saw at the beginning of the episode. Was
is
her
what we saw at
falling
the
like
beginning.
that. Nope.
There's
There
the
it is.
Hans shot.
Oh, we're losing Lil.
Maybe she could have tried to land in between the swords.
Damn.
Oh,
Land in between the swords.
A lot of them fell.
we didn't see it.
We didn't.
Didn't see it.
Well,
It was definitely implied, folks, but we didn't see it.
well, we thought they were gone in the
Let us
episode
begin.
before. Is Evan Peters going to come
Yeah,
running
he's going to
around?
start running slow
Evan
motion
Peters?
again.
Yeah.
Well, because he grabs the sauce
Yeah.
and looks at. Pull up through a guy's underwear.
That one I feel like I need a rewatch on. There was a lot going on there, but in a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way, though.
Yeah, and thankfully, I recently saw Wicked here on the channel, so I could catch some of the references, but not remembering anything about Wizard of Oz. I don't know if you saw, if you saw our reaction on Patreon, I said that I don't even know why everybody doesn't like the Wicked Witch of the West or why she's even considered wicked, because I
Right.
don't know what she did in the Wizard of Oz. So I'm afraid that a lot of the references that they made in this episode to, the Wizard of Oz, obviously Kathryn dressed up as the Wicked Witch, Lilia dressed up as Linda. So I think a lot of that probably went over my head. I didn't catch a lot of it, and I don't know anything about tarot cards either. So a lot there that I probably missed. So I'll kind of lean on you folks to help out there. But a really good, essentially, bottle episode for Lilia's character. I mean, it was so weird coming into this one because I thought they were all done. I thought everybody was gone, and that it was just down to to Teen and our witch Kathryn, Agatha. So I thought those were going to be really our only two characters, and then of course Rio running around. But thankfully, all of a sudden we got them back. They were just down into the tunnels underneath the yellow brick
snapped.
road. Yeah, they were snapped right in there. So a really fun kind of arc and bottle episode for Lilia that I liked. That to me anyway, I thought it had a Get Out reference in there when she was falling into the to the sunken place. I thought that was kind of fun. So that was one that I got anyway. The Salem 7. Okay, now let's talk about the huge things that happened here. Salem 7 are essentially gone now. Lilia took them out with the swords when she flipped the building. And, I mean, it seems like I didn't catch it in the moment when it was revealed until kind of afterwards. I don't know if it'll made the reaction or not, but Rio, Aubrey, is death, which I feel is a massive bit of information to just drop on us here. I mean, because that is going to have potentially impacts throughout the entire MCU. I mean, that's the reveal of pretty much a massive character. That'd be like saying, oh, by the way, here's Thanos. You know, I mean, because you're dealing essentially with death. I mean, I don't know about death in the comics, but to me, that's like a A-level baddie.
Answer was bringing up something about Thanos and Deadpool.
Yeah, they had
death.
both been vying for Death's affections like over the years in the comics. But Thanos, a lot of the things he has done is to try to impress Death and stuff like that because of how much he loves her. It's really kind of a fun arc that they've had in the comics just from watching random YouTube videos about it.
Yeah, so I'm wondering how that's going to play out because, again, you know, us casual fans wouldn't know about that relationship. But look, Death is kind of generally regarded as like an A-level baddie, if not the king of baddies. So I feel that that's a massive reveal. But yeah, a really good bottle episode for Lilia and her arc. And it had the jumping around, which was, I mean, personally for me, that it was a little bit confusing the way they kept jumping around, but about halfway through, you kind of start to figure out what they're doing and what they're going with. So yeah, a fun episode and a very surprising one at that, with all the things that happened between, you know, the witches coming back and then taking out the Salem 7 and then the big reveal.
Well, I think with that, the confusion is, it was funny as the actress was like just as confused as we were, is how she portrayed it, that like all these different time jumps, we had no idea, like just like you, I had no idea what was going on. I was like, okay, well, she just was said that because I remember in previous episodes, and I mean, they showed it here too real quick, where she would be in a zone and all of a sudden snap into something and be like, what was I talking about?
Yeah.
So the idea that she like lives her life out of sync and out of time sequence, that's like kind of a cool and interesting concept. I mean, we watched Tenet and it's like, you know, maybe not along the lines of this, but where stuff can be reversed and everything. So it's really interesting to see how that would totally affect it. Like she was going all the way back, talking to her mom in Sicily, and then learning the tarot cards. If you watch Wolf Among Us with us,
jinxed.
Yeah, that's where I did wrong. But like doing the tea leaves, and so like learning that, she's like, oh, I was never good at that. So she brought that up. And then I love how they had, Galinda in there. They had, what's the other one that you said with Angelina Jolie? Was her name
Maleficent?
Maleficent,
yeah, from Sleep. I believe from Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, so like I'd always
Angelina Jolie.
I'd always see the name, but never knew how to pronounce it. But then we had the Wicked Witch of the West. So it was kind of cool seeing all these witches put into one room playing their roles, and it was just really awesome. And then also that has been around her this whole time, and I can see why like she didn't want to live her life out of sequence and why she put a stop to it, because then all she would ever see is that. She would never see anyone have they would have a fulfilling life. But like even she told her mom, she's like, I saw that this disease was coming and yet you guys did nothing. And then she said, death comes for us all, which wow. And then the big reveal where Aubrey goes, I thought you always knew that I was here. I thought you knew who I was. Because in one episode, she did ask for the bodies. So this was a really good episode. I cannot wait
for flowers.
Yeah, which ended
the photos were flowers.
Well, the photos of Wanda were flowers, but no, like when they're in the 70s doing the rock band, she's like, just get me the bodies, and because that's all Death wants is bodies.
Yeah, if ever there was an episode in a series that made me think, you know what, I need to go back and rewatch the rest of the episodes now so I can piece things together, this is it. And the nature and how we've watched these particular episodes, it's pretty spread out. So I feel like this is a show where, and these were all released at once, or were these released weekly?
Weekly. I think the first two episodes were together, and I think the last two were together.
So we're watching these on pace-ish, but I feel like had we gone through bing, 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 and not consumed as much content as we do in between, I guess you could say, I feel like this episode would have, I don't want to say resonated a little bit more, because I think this was an incredible episode. I just feel like maybe I wouldn't have been questioning things as much as I was, but the thing is an answer, you kind of brought it up, like Lily is going through everything and you're like kind of confused, like, wait a minute, what's happening? And then but she's portraying that on screen as well, which I think was done really well. Good writing for this particular episode, and sometimes people harp on Marvel for some of the writing that they've done in their shows. I think this was definitely not something that anybody's going to say anything bad about the writing. I liked that we got 4 of the famous witches in the same room together, especially considering that we just recently watched Wicked on the channel. Very shortly after we watched it on the channel, I actually went and saw it in the theaters with my fiance. She wanted to see it there, so we saw it on the super DLX, I think it was screen. So that was a lot of fun. So the timing of that was good for us here. But yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought it was interesting the way Lydia came in and realized that she had to play the tarot cards for herself, and that it wasn't necessarily just for Billy. So that was cool. Rio coming in as Death was cool. Of course, at the time that we're recording this, again, we just learned of the death of Aubrey Plaza's husband. So, if on camera we weren't like, "Oh, Aubrey's back," I think it was kind of like a little bit of us just feeling really, really, sorry for her and trying to, I don't know, be mindful of everything that she's going through. So if that makes sense, and I don't know what the right reaction for us to have at this time would be given the gravity of the situation. But in any regard, having her back on screen is always pleasant. So yeah, I thought this was a great episode. For me, I don't know if I want to say it was the best written episode, because I thought the initial one where we got Agatha going through like the small town detective, I thought that was really brilliant, in the acting and the library scene and everything really kicked this series off on a good note for me. But a really solid episode for sure.
Yeah, I enjoyed this episode. I want to kind of go back and look over it again, because I feel like that Lil's journey here was to make us as confused as she was in there, but not really, because we know what we know through the episodes, right? But to get us connected to a couple more dots that they were trying to do to get us in that slight confusion that she was. I feel like that was the intentional spot there, because we started here, right? We got our answer. Even though they gave us an answer here, they took us back to show us said answer. Right, they did that a couple times there, so I thought that was actually pretty cool the way they did that. Again, with that, what I think again is the potential on purpose confusion to be there right there with Lily, because her life was out of sequence, right? And her thoughts she couldn't keep straight. So that's what I think was great about this whole previous 6 episodes, and when she was doing those things, is that it was just kind of out of nowhere, because she's so out of sync with everything that when it catches up into a certain spot, boom, that's where we get her lashing out or saying some random stuff or whatever the case may be. So I thought that was pretty cool. Of course, Kathryn dressed as the Wicked Witch, seeing her in that green was great. I think she could be a great Wicked Witch if that opportunity ever does come up for her. As far as it was great to see the one line of the babysitter line, where she was a babysitter at least 1 or 2 times in the Wanda episodes. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. Call back there. Again, I'm right there with you, Quinn. I don't know how they're going to utilize Rio. And again, condolences to Aubrey, because at the time of this recording, the unfortunate news about her husband, and so. Condolences to her and her family. She'll never see this, but again, condolences to her. But I am on the same page. I feel like that could be massive.
That's a huge deal.
I feel like that could be massive. To me, it's massive. I mean, I just don't know how Marvel and the team is going to take that moving forward. Like within the MCU, just discount like how they're going to do Agatha for the MCU itself, because if in the comics. And granted, there's a lot more smarter people than me about the comics, but in the comics, if she's doing stuff with Thanos and Deadpool, I got to imagine there's good opportunities there to bring her in some way into the bigger pieces of the MCU right now, and it doesn't even have to be with Thanos or Deadpool, but again, I just think it's a big deal. It's just a matter of how Marvel's going to do it.
I mean, that'd be like, finding out, I don't know, that Josh Brolin's going to play Thanos. You find that out while you're like watching Loki or something. I get that doesn't make any sense because it's out of order, but you're essentially introducing a character that's super huge in a Marvel show, kind of, at least for me, out of nowhere, because obviously, look, this show's been on for a while, and I still haven't heard anything about Aubrey having that role. I mean, you think that'd be a big deal.
Well, it was because it's in the TV show, and they can always, put it into the next movie or get it some way into the movie. Like, we haven't finished out this season, so we don't know where we go from here because there can always be the post-credit scene, and we can find out where it goes.
I'm just surprised I haven't heard anything about it happening. Like, hey, new casting, Aubrey will be this massive character, and there's been like no news about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but sometimes
there's always news about who's going to play a new character.
Well, we're so far behind the 8 ball when it comes to this. There might have been something.
Maybe there was
during the time.
Sometimes they work it in. I think a little bit smaller. Wasn't with Daredevil? Didn't they work Punisher in there just a tiny little bit before we got a full?
Yeah, before you got the full series.
Full series. I mean, it was anticipated, but and I could be off on this one, but I had thought when the original Daredevil came out, they were teasing some stuff.
Well, remember this MCU, Thanos is no more as well.
And that too. So that's why I'm saying, like, it doesn't even have to be involve Thanos or whatever. But Patti, bravo to you. Great performance throughout the series here. I am curious, and I don't know how you guys felt, but I felt like this was probably the first time she put herself last and put everything first in this episode, because she sacrificed herself there for one, taking out the Salem 7. So that's pretty interesting too, because I was kind of wondering if they were always just going to be kind of lingering after our folks here, but now they're donezo. And again, I'm just wondering if, because it feels like in this episode they were showing us Lily running away constantly. And then now she stopped, got her inner confidence, got her inner peace of everything when she was able to connect everything, and then put herself last here. So that's kind of what was running through my head there too at the end a little bit when she shut the door and then took on the Salem 7.
Well, she said she was living out of sequence at the beginning, and now, and she had all that time that it was off. So did she know this was the end, and she knew this was the sacrifice she had to make?
Could be it too.
I don't know. That could be it. But
and
I
then,
tell you,
and visually too, the episode, I loved the yellow. It almost reminded me like this is just a different brand of the Yellow Brick Road, because the way they were in the tunnels and getting guided a little bit kind of reminded me of Yellow Brick Road a little bit. So again, bravo to Patti. Services great. Good episode. I probably should rewatch it now, knowing what I know, and see if I can catch little tidbits in the end. And again, I think that Rio reveal being death
is huge.
I personally take it as big, but I guess again, it's up to MCU to make it big.
Yeah, and I think maybe I would have maybe connected with this episode a little bit earlier on had they not teased that they took out Lilia and Jennifer in the last episode.
Well, that's on us more than it is them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because like they did a reveal like, hey, they're dead. They're out of here. And then all of a sudden we jump into an episode that's going to be focused around them, when I was ready to take the ride with I guess we'll call him Billy and Agatha. I was ready to take that ride, and it threw me for a loop for a moment to have to like, okay, we're going this way, then we're going back around here. And again, that could be with the way that we or I watched it or whatever, but that's kind of the one thing that threw me off. And I probably wouldn't have ended the last episode by doing a fake out like we took out those two. I don't know. That's just me.
Well, again, I put that more on us than was the show, because we should have known better too that it wasn't a death right there, because they kind of showed some other stuff too where
didn't see it.
Yeah,
we didn't see bodies like we did here. Like Lily, Lil's death there was pretty. I mean, they made
pretty
much like, hey, yep, she's done, even though we don't see a body.
Could have landed in between the swords.
That's what you're trying to say.
I don't know, man, but
that'd
seemed pretty done to me.
Pretty good on that one. But we're not done yet. We've got a few more episodes to go in this first season, Agatha. Hopefully, y'all are enjoying it as much as we are. So for Appleton Oak, that's Diamond Dave Damone. That's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the Answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.